Rosa, my first question is for you. Have any of your family or people close to you watched the movie already?
Yeah, I think it's most surreal for the people who know me best to watch Alita because they see my essence, they see me up there, they forget that it's a CGI model that I'm driving,
Wow.
And they're like, that's your teeth.
Yes. When
Those
Alita
are your
smiles.
teeth.
That's what I say, when Alita smiles, I can totally see you.
Alita is new here.
So, Christoph, there is a clear bond between your character and Alita, clear father and daughter bond. But I was watching the movie last night, and I thought about Frankenstein. Have you ever thought about that? Because he's her maker.
Frankenstein takes dead matter and injects it with energy that he hopes will invigorate and enliven this dead matter. In our case, and that's the beauty of Alita, because we have to really consider every detail that's being told. We're not invited to just, pick and choose. No, it's a very specific story.
I need you to destroy her. Alita, they will come for you.
I'll have to face them head on. I'm gonna need you to stand way back.
Well, you've done a lot of big productions before, so I guess the new thing here is the suit, the motion capture suit. Yeah, how was that?
It was unique. Every day it was funny going into my trailer and I would just see my Velcro mocap gray pajama suit hanging up, and every day that's all it was. And I put on my sneakers that had like the gray on top of them. I would go to the calibration zone, which sounds very futuristic, because it was a very futuristic set in that regard. I felt like I was in the future while I was just making it. And I would stand there and have to, calibrate it and, do all of these different movements and squats and, look like I'm doing the Macarena.
Does it bother you that I'm not completely human?
You are the most human person I have ever met.
I was torn watching your story. Because first of all, I was cheering for you. Even you was a bit of an asshole first. But then I was sad because you have to do such a lot of bad stuff in this bad world.
Yeah.
They use you guys for the cruel part of the movie.
I think I was really stoked to play a character with more than one line. I think it's important that there is so much depth to our characters. We come across as, at the end of the day, we're just kids and we're trying to get by. You don't see our family, and kind of in our backstories, we don't have family. We're kind of just figuring it out on our own. So yeah, I mean, it was fun to play that. But yeah, looking on screen, you're like, that bastard.
Did any of you guys need rollerblade lessons before the sequel?
All of us.
All of us?
Yeah.
Tell me about that day, how it was. A lot of falls, a lot of laughs,
A lot of falls.
A lot of falls.
Not so many laughs.
Not so many laughs,
It's funny because we trained in kind of like an open studio, is where we learned how to rollerblade. And rollerblading in an open studio with like smooth pavement is very, very easy. It's harder when you go to the set where it's cobblestone and there's wires everywhere and there's cameras zooming in your face and then other people who are much better than you are like whoosh, right next to you. That's the harder part. So you can skate around in a little.
You are someone very special.
Hey, kid.
Not just a teenage girl.
Hey, what's your problem?
First found out that you're gonna be part of the movie, and I read an article that reads, Jennifer Connelly joins Alita as a villain. But after watching the movie, it's not that simple, right? There is a mystery behind her eyes.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
She's not just a villain. I mean, she behaves in a kind of villainous manner in the beginning of the movie. But I think that as the movie goes on, you kind of understand why she's doing that. And in the end, I felt like she's a good person who did some naughty things.
This body, I feel a connection to it. I can't explain. You know more about me than you're saying.
Alita, some things are better left forgotten.
John, helping me understand the technology behind the movie. Did you guys actually develop new technology for this movie, or you use cutting-edge technology?
We worked with Weta Digital, and they are always creating something new. They stand and start with what they've done in the past. They stood on what they did with Avatar. They stood on what they did with Planet of the Apes and Caesar. But with the performance that we got from Rosa and the nuances and the subtlety, they had to go to a whole new level. They went to 2 high-definition cameras instead of 1. They taught their system a whole new process of facial performance capture and Joe Letteri, Eric Sangden, and the team, they never rest on the laurels of their past. They're always looking way ahead.
And for you, that's gotta be a whole new way of acting. Not of the suit, there's a big camera in your face, have dots on your face. Is that more freeing or kind of weird? How was it for you?
You know, it's no different than, going through 3 hours of prosthetics or transforming through costume or hair and makeup. I actually prefer this routine in the morning than getting full glam and sitting in a chair and not being able to move. It was actually a lot more freeing. It was freeing in other ways you wouldn't suspect, or assume. I am able to play this character because of the performance capture technology. I would have never been able to play a character like this without the technology. So right off the bat, it's freeing for me. It's also freeing for me artistically. I was asked to grow and stretch my craft. What is it like to be 14 again? What is it like to go through that rebellious metamorphosis from girlhood to womanhood? What is that like? I got to grow and stretch artistically in so many ways. It was more than freeing. It was a true gift.
But that's just a shell. It's not bad or good. That part's up to you.
And Robert, about Alita Eyes, there was a lot of talk about that. Did you guys made it big for an analogy like her broader view of the world? Is that a shout out for the source material? For the impact?
There's two of them right there. Yeah. Source material, because that's what Kishiro drew it. But also Jim originally envisioned it that way when he first was going to adapt it himself. So I had to do it that way. I wanted to try and create that as well because it was something we'd never seen before, and it would make her really stand out, but also make it more of a emoting character, more heartfelt character.
And working with Robert Rodriguez and this big production, Robert is known for doing science movies for kids and a lot of action movies, but there's also always a great story. And that's what Alita is, and by the end of the day, right?
Like most really good movies or stories for children, can be equally gratifyingly be read or seen by grown-ups. And Alita too. You may think, well, it's nothing for 11-year-olds, a lot of action. It's like, yes, you're not wrong. Where you would be wrong is in assuming that it's only for them.
I was just so happy. I was so buzzing. I was so excited. James and Robert and all these people are wonderful human beings. So, it's been a blessing that I'm very grateful.
It's a really fun movie to watch. I mean, it's extraordinary 3D, and the performance capture is so sophisticated, and the world is really cool. It's really well done. It's really good.
I'm not your daughter. I don't know what I am.
I do. You have the most advanced weapon ever.
As the millennial part of the cast, did you guys geek out for this movie, working of these people, with this technology, and Japanese manga behind for the source material?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, personally, I'm a big anime fan. I grew up watching not only Dragon Ball Z and Naruto, but I'm into My Hero now and all these different animations that are coming out now. I was a big manga reader growing up, so to be a part of a film that I feel like takes real care of being true to that world and making sure that the fans of this world are really appeased with, I feel like, what the finished product. I feel like they're really gonna like it. So
this is not it, right? There's gonna be more Alita.
If you get all of your followers
everyone in Brazil, I know they like me over there.
They do, yes.
We're ready to make more. We're ready to do it together. Jim's on board. We would love it.
All right, thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
I love Brazil.
You made the biggest mistake of your life.
And what's that?
Underestimating who I am.